Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Emily and today I am going to be going through my monthly wrap up. So for the month of May, I read 7 books by the looks of things, so that's really exciting. I'm very happy with that. Let's get into it, I suppose. And for a change as well, I've actually read every single book, or other than one book, so I'm like, I know exactly what I'm talking about with every book now. Woo! Okay, so we'll start with the book that I did not finish. I DNF, which was Eldest by Christopher Paolini. I actually really did enjoy the first one, but I think I left it a little too long in between books to actually get into this. And the thing that I found interesting in the end of the first book, which is Aragon, that's the first book, they hadn't really mentioned it in the first like 100 pages that I started reading this, and I was like kind of a little disappointed. And then I was having issues with Libby because I was borrowing it through there, and that, yeah, it just wasn't going to happen. And I was like, I don't really feel like waiting another 2 weeks to read this book. I might as well just DNF it. I don't really want to pay for it either through Audible, so I ended up just DNFing it. So that's my decision there, but I might return to it because it was a good series. I just think I left it a little too long in between. Next is this graphic novel, Robin. So this is the 4th graphic novel in this series, the Teen Titans series by Garcia and Gabriel Picolo. This was actually really good. And we get to meet Damian Wayne, who is the son of Bruce Wayne, and as well as we get to meet Dick Grayson, because we don't get to, because that's like the original Robin, and then you got Damian as well, and like just the brother relationship as well, and just Robin in itself, like the whole thing of Robin. So that was really cool, and it added a lot more to the story. And I really like how these do it, because they just like, they get you involved in this person's story as well as progressing with the plot. And I find these really engaging with the like DC stuff. And like with DC, I really do enjoy the Teen Titans, particularly Raven, because I feel like I relate to Raven a lot more. And even then, like just getting to know Beast Boy, and yeah, it's been really fun so far. Next book is going to be like Starfire, so I'm interested to see how she's going to be integrated into like the Teen Titans and where she's going to come up. But yeah, I gave this like 4 stars. So next, so I read 2 volumes of The Promised Neverland, so 13 and 14. So I've only got 6 books to go in this series, and I just don't know how it's going to end, because there's so much that needs to be done, but at the same time I don't know how they're going to finish it off in 6 more books. There's actually a 7th book, but I'm not 100% sure if that's canon or not. But so pretty much we're following Emma and this group of kids who escape a farm, and just chaos ensues. They can never get peace, or like if they have peace, it's only for a couple of months and then no peace whatsoever. But these, like, I would definitely say they're like the best books, but every time, like, best books of the month, but every time I read these, they end up being the best book of the month, and I'm like, no, this can't keep happening. So I'll talk about the next one, which is the book of the month, in a moment. These are good, definitely recommend. So next book is Stephen King's Misery. I really did enjoy this book. I just finished it today, so oh my gosh. This was awesome. I highly recommend to anyone who wants to read a Stephen King. Like, this would be a good Stephen King to get into, because you kind of get to know his writing style and everything. I find this one was a lot better than Under the Dome, which was my first Stephen King. So this is my second Stephen King, but I find this so much better than Under the Dome, because I feel like in some aspects that Stephen King's writing, he drags on a lot. And for me personally, the first 60% of this book was kind of boring, repetitive, and it's like, we get the point, but you also do need that build up, so the last 40% just like hits you and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But that's literally what's happening in this book. Yeah. We follow writer Paul Sheldon, who gets kidnapped by Annie Wilkes, and just chaos ensues, and you just don't know what's going to happen next. You just don't know how it's going to end. And then when something happens, you don't know whether to trust what's happening, because you just don't know if this is Paul's reality or not. And it's just brilliant. I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars because like the first 60%, but it definitely kind of needed that build up though. But it was still really kind of boring to get through, because it's just repetitive of like, oh, Annie's doing this, Annie's doing that. And it's like, can we just get to the gore of this story, please? But yeah, this was definitely book of the month. Next is Roald Dahl's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Like, I want to reread some of these childhood classics that I read, and this was definitely on the top of my list because I just, remember the whimsical of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I just wanted to relive it, and it did not disappoint. It gave me that whimsical feeling that, with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and I just adored it. Definitely a lot better than, I think, what was the other book I read? James and the Giant Peach. That was kind of not as good, but this one was a lot better, and honestly I got Willy Wonka's humor a lot more reading it now as an adult because he's just so blunt, and it's just so refreshing every now and again just to get that little snippet. The one thing I do wish though is that Charlie had more of a presence once they get into the factory, because it's all about Charlie at the beginning, and then as soon as he gets into the factory, it's all about all the other kids, and Charlie's just like, oh, I'm here. He just says something every now and again, and it's like, we don't really get to like feel Charlie's excitement throughout going through the chocolate factory. You just it's sidelined very much, but I understand why, but it's just, it feels like it's missing something, definitely. And I gave that 4 stars as well. Next, the last book I read is Unbelievable, the 4th book in the Pretty Little Lies series. So there are 16 of these, 16 books, and I've just finished the 4th one, so I'm not gonna read any more for the moment. 1, don't have any more, and 2, I need a break from these because these are so chaotic. They're like teen drama, but times it by 10, and then times that by like being 13, and it's like, what the hell? Like, this is so dramatic for it, and it just doesn't need to be that dramatic. Grr. I gave this, I think, 3 stars. It's just like, they're just kind of, I don't know, like, I don't know what's going to happen because they've gone so far from what they did in the TV show. Like, a spoiler alert if you really want to read these, I don't know, but spoiler alert, Mona dies at the end of this, and it was revealed that she's A. So I don't even know where it's going from this. Like, Toby's already died, Maya has not died, and Ali is somewhat back, but not really. Yeah, just, it's a lot of weirdness, and I just don't understand it quite yet, and I feel like once you read a bit more of it, but I don't know if it's worth to continue because I just wanted to read the books that I at least owned currently. Now it's time for my knitting. Okay, so I'm back. So first I'll show you my movie blanket. So we've gotten quite a bit more done. Well, I have. So here we go. So there's like so many more rows. I've also started to try and figure out how to do like little things to add to it. So like that's for the Goblet of Fire. I think I already added this one, but so it's everything everywhere all at once. I was trying to do a blood drop, but that didn't really work. So now it's just blood for the Godfather. And then that one's for Knives Out fitting, right? And I'm actually really impressed with this one, how it worked out. So that one's for Pride and Prejudice. So I had like the brown dress that Elizabeth wore, and then like the black suit in the first scene when you get introduced to Mr. Darcy. And then like the other ones are just, this one's for like the buildings. And then you got the green for the grass, and then like the blue for the sky. And then these ones are meant to be pies. I don't know if it worked very well, but this one's for American Pie because I was like, I don't know what to do for American Pie. But yeah, these are that. So that's pretty cool. That one was for a Space Jam. And then yeah, it's got a little basketball there. So yeah, so that one's going really well, and it's really crazy to cuddle up to on as well. So I'm really impressed with that, how that's going. So this one's the whip temperature one. It's getting colder, as you can see. And there's like one like already like really blue one there, and that's from when I went to Brisbane. That was like a lot colder than what it is on the Gold Coast. So fun times, and I'm so keen for how this is going to work out at the end. And lastly, so I decided to combine mine and my husband's reading blankets because mine wasn't going to get anywhere, honestly. So this is like where we probably left off up here somewhere, my husband's. And going all the way down here, I combined them with this black. I think I didn't do it right because it's kind of like, yeah. And I added all this side part just to try and make them even. And then on the bottom here is mine. So that's, yeah, I just got to add Misery only because I finished it today. So that's going to be where that goes. And yeah, it looks okay for the most part, but it's not the best. I'm just experimenting, so next year when I do it, we can figure it out a lot more, and we're probably gonna do more of a themed one where rather than me do a ranking and then him do a genre one, we're just gonna do all genre so we can actually see what we're reading, both of us, rather than, and it just looks cool as well. So yeah, that's that. I hope you did enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment down below what's your favorite book of May, and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Anyway, that's it for me today. Next week, I don't know what video I'm going to be doing next week. It's just going to be week by week at the moment, until I can get some sort of like routine thing. I think I'm going to be probably doing a ranking review. I'm not 100% sure. I just haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, I'll see you then. Bye!